In Silicon Valley stands a mansion unlike any other. Logic and reason have abandoned architecture. The Winchester Mystery House, 160 rooms, 2,000 doors, over 10,000 windows. Staircases spiral into ceilings, doors open onto brick walls, designed to confuse and disorient. Who could design this? Sarah Winchester, widow of the rifle magnate. Not insane, at least not at first. A spiritualist told her ghosts of everyone killed by Winchester rifles were hunting her, hundreds of thousands. The only way to appease them? Build, never stop, or the spirits would come for her soul. Sarah believed him. Consumed by obsession and terror, she spent 38 years in panic. Contractors worked around the clock. Walls were built and torn down. It became a fortress against the supernatural. Today, visitors hear something impossible. Footsteps in empty rooms, on abandoned staircases, someone or something wandering the halls. Is it Sarah's shattered mind made physical? Or are there restless spirits trapped within these walls? No one knows. In rural Australia stands the abandoned Airedale Mental Hospital. For decades, it was the nation's largest psychiatric facility. Thousands passed through its doors. Many never left. The figures are disturbing. Airedale's death rate was 4 times the national average. Around 13,000 people died inside. Some from illness, many from neglect, abuse, forced isolation, and medical procedures without consent. Rumors persist of classified human experiments on psychiatric patients. The hospital closed in the 1990s, but it never truly fell silent. The most reported entity is a nurse, a woman in white called Carrie. She haunts the female ward. Visitors see her walking empty corridors or standing behind them. When they turn, she leans in close, staring directly into their eyes, smiling. Those who encounter Carrie later report sudden illness, severe insomnia, vivid nightmares, and an intense feeling of being watched, studied from within. Today, Airedale offers tours. Many leave shaken. Some collapse. Others can't sleep for weeks. The feeling doesn't end when they leave. It follows them home. Airedale is a place where institutional horror was never laid to rest. The suffering remains and feeds. Some places never let go of their dead. In the misty mountains of Transylvania exists what paranormal researchers call the most haunted forest on Earth, Hoia Baciu. The incidents documented there strain credibility, but the evidence is consistent. In the 1950s, a shepherd and 200 sheep entered the forest. They never came out. Search parties found nothing. They simply ceased to exist without a trace. A 5-year-old girl disappeared while playing among the trees. 5 years later, she reappeared. Same clothes, same age. Unchanged. When asked where she'd been, she said something impossible. Just a few minutes. Visitors report experiences that defy explanation: UFO sightings, strange lights descending from the sky, shadow figures in photographs, nausea, splitting headaches, unexplained rashes, electronic devices constantly malfunction, a feeling that reality itself is warping around you. At the forest center lies a perfect circle, completely barren. Nothing grows there. Sound disappears entirely. Time moves differently. Some call it a portal to another dimension. The local people refuse to go near it because some places exist outside our reality. Some are thresholds, and once you cross them, the rules of our world no longer apply. In Kyoto stands a shrine that appears peaceful. The Yasui Kumpira shrine honors the god of matrimony. Visitors pray for love. But something twisted happens within these walls. Most don't come to find love. They come to destroy it. A stone tablet covered with prayers stands at the center. These aren't wishes for romance. They're curses, requests for severing. The words speak of betrayal. Separate my husband from his mistress. Of vengeance. Make my boss disappear. Over decades, negative energy accumulated. The tablet developed black stains, as if drinking hatred. But here's what makes this shrine terrifying. The power works too well. People who ask for a relationship to sever lose things they never meant to. Friendships dissolve. Family bonds rupture. The shrine grants the wish but extracts an unagreed price. Yet some found genuine love and peace by severing toxic connections here. Does this shrine cut only what we ask? Or does it cut away something precious? Perhaps the shrine itself doesn't know the difference. In the Venetian lagoon sits an island the Italian government declared forbidden. No tourists, no visitors. Poveglia Island. For centuries it served one purpose. During the bubonic plague, 17th and 18th centuries, over 100,000 victims were shipped here to die. Their bodies weren't buried. They were burned, incinerated. Some were still alive. The ground beneath Poveglia is ash, human ash, tens of thousands mixed into the earth itself. The phenomena reported there defy rational explanation. Visitors speak of invisible hands grabbing their shoulders, of voices whispering their names, of overwhelming dread so powerful it becomes physically painful. Television crews fled after minutes, equipment malfunctioning. It feels less like a location and more like a prison where countless souls remain trapped, clawing at the fabric between worlds. The Italian government's ban isn't bureaucratic caution. It's acknowledgement that something genuinely malevolent exists there, something that should not be disturbed. In the canals of Xochimilco sits an island tourists are warned never to visit. Isla de las Muñecas, the island of dolls. Thousands of decomposing dolls cover it, hanging from trees, nailed to posts, wedged into roofs, missing eyes, cracked faces frozen in nightmarish grins. Headless torsos dangle from rope. It looks like a serial killer's fever dream made manifest. About 70 years ago, Don Julian lived alone here. One day he found a body in the canal, a young girl floating face down. He buried her, but couldn't stop thinking about her. He became convinced her spirit was angry and demanded appeasement. So he began collecting dolls. He scoured the area for any he could find, hung them all over the island, mutilated them, positioned them to stare outward. He did this for 50 years. Then authorities found Don Julian in the same canal, dead, floating, just like her. Today the dolls still hang there, still swaying, still staring. Visitors report something disturbing, a sensation of being watched, an awareness that those doll eyes remain fixed upon them even after leaving, following them, never letting go. Some places don't release their hold on the living so easily. In the English countryside stands a building that earned a dark distinction, the ancient Ram Inn, 800 years old, built on an ancient pagan worship site, essentially sealing it. Archaeological digs uncovered ritual stone tablets, animal bones, evidence of pre-Christian ceremonies. But it gets worse. A sealed, well-contained small bones, skeletal remains of children. Then came the witch trials, 17th century. Suspected witches were imprisoned and tortured in the witch's room. The marks remain visible today, centuries of accumulated suffering seeping into the walls. Modern visitors and staff report experiences suggesting the building remembers. Unexplained footsteps echo, disembodied voices cry out, moans from empty rooms. Beds show human-shaped indentations. Cameras turn on by themselves. Windows shatter. Claw marks appear on walls. A paranormal investigator collapsed afterward, reporting at least 20 different spirits swarming throughout. The ancient Ram Inn still operates as a pub and hotel. Guests can stay if they wish. They sleep in a building where the boundary between worlds has worn dangerously thin, where centuries of trauma weaken the barrier. And in the darkness, something is always watching.